Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining. So, we are going to be continuing the positive birth stories by Ina May in her book, Ina May's Guide to Childbirth. I hope you guys can hear me well. So, this one is Harley's birth. Yesterday we read James's birth, I believe. Yes, James's birth was yesterday, and today is Harley's birth. Around 5 o'clock, I started feeling unusual cramps. Not wanting to give a false alarm, I didn't say anything. I had my general education development, GED, class that night, and I didn't really feel like going. Playing truant officer, Donna, my mentor and friend, drove me to class. Mary, the teacher, said I was probably just having those fake practice cramps called Braxton Hicks. I went home early, unable to concentrate. The cramps were getting stronger. I was feeling warm and excited. I still didn't want to call these cramps contractions, in case it wasn't really happening. I timed them, and they were about 4 minutes apart. Donna asked me if I wanted to go see a midwife, but I decided to hold off until I was sure I wasn't getting excited over nothing. Hi, thank you so much for joining. Finally, in the middle of Star Trek Return, while my body was positioning itself, I contorted ways all over the chair I was trying to sit in. I concluded that I better see a midwife. Donna and I drove over to Pamela's. She checked me and informed me that I was 3 centimeters dilated, and that I would probably give birth that same night. Surprised and happy, we went home to prepare. Finally, the moment had come. Pamela soon arrived, followed by Ina May and Deborah. By this time, my ability to converse and deteriorated. I was just trying to deal with what was happening to my body. Things were happening quickly. I didn't try to hold any of the contractions back. I just let them come as fast as they wanted to, knowing that it would help the birth happen without delay. It felt all very natural. I just went with it. I went with taking a bath too, which was very helpful and relaxing. Ina May and my mother gave me support in the bathtub. Ina May showed me how to breathe deeply and slowly. I tried it, and just then one of the strongest contractions yet overwhelmed me. I had to stand up. Some bloody gray stuff dribbled and plopped into the bath water. About this time, I started saying, "Oh God." I came out of the bathroom and did what I had to do, whether it was squat, bend over, walk around, say, "Oh my God," or dance like a whooping crane. Dance like a whooping crane, that's so funny. The contractions were getting very intense. I hardly had time between them to rest. I remember looking at all the ladies there who had done this quite a few times and thinking they had been nuts. I got on the bed and kind of writhed around. My mother said something about letting gravity do its thing. I could really feel it working. Watching the baby move downward in my belly, I tried to breathe effectively and letting the birthing happen as best as it could. The time came when I felt the need to push. I instinctively messaged my gates of life to help them open. I felt the baby's head crowning, ready to come out. The contractions were so heavy. I just wanted them to be over with. So I gathered all my might, and with a big push and some loud premal grunts, I yelled. I finally oozed the baby's head out. Then, with another push, out slid the rest of the body. What a relief. Even though I hadn't been able to say much other than, "Oh my God," or "Oh baby," I was about to utter, "Get the camera." When I looked at Harley, my heart overflows with love. I'm taken by his pure presence, his innocence, his so adorably cute noises and expressions, and his wonderful, sweet, sleeping face. Even though having him was painful, I wouldn't call it that. I'd call it intensely natural. Pamela's labor with her first baby seemed endless to me, as well as her, I'm sure. After I had been with her for 24 hours or so, I got the idea of calling in our mutual friend, Mary, who had given birth a few days earlier. Most of the women in our community were in awe of Mary's birth-giving abilities, since she had a history of having her babies either without knowing that she was in labor or before we midwives could even get there. So that is our second story, and I hope you guys enjoy these. Let me know, and I hope you guys have a good rest of the day. Bye.